Don't know if you could see me. Ah, you can. What's up, everybody? Yeah, I'm a little sweaty right now. I just came from the gym. See me. And it's very hot upstairs in my house. I'm actually downstairs in our bedroom right now. What is up? Where the hell did I put my coffee? Damn it. I leave it upstairs. Damn it, damn it, damn it. What's up, Matthew? How are you? What's up, everybody? Hello from Germany, Rare Dodge. Matthew, thank you for donating. No, that's actually my son's snot on my shirt because he was just crying. And I was on the elliptical for 45 minutes first, so I probably smell like a tulip right now. Thank God you can't have smells through live streams. Yeah, it's my bedroom. Yeah, it's don't listen to Sony, even though they're saying the PS4 is at the end of its life. I would still get one. It still has. I would say I don't see them coming out with it in 2019 unless they're foolish. So you probably have a couple. You can't hear me. You can't really. I mean, I could turn it up here. Check, 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 check. Be rad. Thank you very much. Yeah, I probably should have scheduled this because my son's bedroom is right behind me, and loud noise doesn't wake him up, but sometimes it's tough to get him to bed. So I probably should have scheduled this for 9:30. He can't see me. But yeah, what you're seeing on my man boob is not me lactating. It's my son's snot. The audio is out of sync? Huh. Let me see how out of sync I am. It's my son's snot. I'm a little off. I'm not going to stop the stream right now for it. That probably might be a YouTube thing. Huh. Let me see again. Let me see how out of sync I am. I'm a little, yeah, I'm out of sync, but it's not no, it's. No problem, B-Red. I didn't even watch the Battlefield live reveal. I was working on videos all day. Yeah, they actually passed to protect net neutrality in the Senate, but it still has a long way to go, though. It has to pass the House, which has a Republican majority, and then if by some ungodly chance it passes the House, it has to. Trump has to sign it. He ain't signing it, man. He wants to deregulate everything. Thoughts on the royal wedding? It's just crazy that he married the actress from one of my favorite shows, which was Suits. That to me just blows my mind. Thank you, Levi Billow, for donating. Mr. Snacks 123, thank you for donating. Thoughts on Battlefield 5 compared to what you know about Black Ops 4? Gotta watch it today. I haven't watched it yet. I saw something came out of it. It was funny. I was working on the video I uploaded today, and while I was working on that, whatchamacallit, while I was working on that, I saw they had something up about it. So thank you very much for donating too. So I'll watch it later. God, my head is shining like crazy right now, dude. Man. I don't know how I feel about that, Matthew East. Here's the thing. was it people trolling him? Like, I'd have to see the people they were using as examples. Because I've blocked people who were super fucking annoying on my Twitter when I was on that cancerous fucking shithole. And, you know, would I go to if someone brought me to court where they say it was unconstitutional because someone was calling me a fat bastard and telling me to go kill myself like 3,000 times a day? Rich, so I'm really out of sync. I really don't want to stop this. I wish there was a way you could pause the stream. I don't know why. I've lost 0 frames. That might be a YouTube thing, man. Just a couple, man. I've eased up on it. I'm not drinking as much coffee as I used to. Alex, thank you for because I was drinking way too much coffee. I was drinking more coffee than I was drinking water. My sons didn't react because they're young, and you know they were downstairs in the basement when it happened, and so they didn't really see anything. Actually, after the tornado left, they went back upstairs, or tornado left. The tornado ended. They went back upstairs, and my son was getting a kick out of the rain and the thunderstorm. Yeah, it has to be a YouTube thing. Like, I just checked my stream. My stream is super healthy. And I haven't even have a single drop frame. No, I haven't. I haven't even. I've been super psyched to get this. I don't know if I got to make sure I got to open up OBS again, or have it minimized. I got the Duke controller. It's honestly, I think it may be the most comfortable controller I've used in a long time. You know what kills it though? I can tell you right now, and I haven't even played a game with it yet. I'm going to try it tonight after the stream. Is where they have the bumper buttons. The bumper buttons are in a really weird spot, man. Like if you say you're playing a game where you have to keep your fingers on the thumbsticks, it's like, I don't know. Like you have to cramp, or I guess the way you could do it is if you have your middle fingers on the triggers and you have I guess you could say pointer fingers on the bumpers. I guess you could do it that way, but then I'm doing it right now. I'm hitting the right trigger and my finger's almost pushing down the bumper. It's kind of strange. It's a really big Achilles heel in what's almost a super comfortable, perfect controller. Kind of sucks. Do you still believe we'll get Cyrus? Thank you for donating. Do you still believe we'll get net neutrality back? Also, want to say your 4K video looks fantastically sexy on a 4K TV. I'm not 4K tonight. Actually, I'm 1080p 30 because I'm streaming from home right now from my bedroom. Yes, I'm going to play Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. I saw that. But thank you, though. Yeah, I'll be streaming from the office again. I'm hoping things got kind of behind due to what happened with the storm, but I'm hoping in sometime soon to be having that super deluxe setup for streaming, where I'm going to be going over and doing some stuff on Twitch, where I'm going to have a special show on Twitch. So I'm looking forward to that. And I wish Twitch did 4K. But thank you again, Cyrus, for donating. Ariel, thank you for donating. Are your nipples hard as mine for Bloodstain? Yeah, it looks like they really brought out the Castlevania Dracula's curse. And I think that's awesome, man. I think that's awesome. I'm really looking forward to playing that. Eternal Saber Gaming, thank you for doing. When are you going to do your shout-out series again? I'm going to do it again. Absolutely. Hoping sometime next week I'm going to have another one up. Things are very, very, very... I'm also going to have... And I have to do it for him. I bought the Super NT, and Stone Age Gamer sent me the SD2 SNES. Actually, they sent me 3 flash carts, but the idea I had didn't work, so I'm probably going to send back the Sega Genesis flash cart and the Nintendo flash cart. I'm going to keep the Super Nintendo one And what I also was sent, the problem is, man, I'm sent all this stuff. I would say like 7% I request and 93% is just like kind of sent to me. This company sent me something really cool. I'm not going to name it. And I was like, look, man, I don't have time to review this thing. I'll send it back to you. I know, I mean, they came to me first and I said, yes, I agree to review it. I said, look, I'm really behind. I apologize for the inconvenience. I'll even pay to ship it back to you. I'm not, I'll pay to send it back to your door. They're like, how about we offer you $500 to review it? I'm like, then it's not a review. Then that's shady because you're telling me to review something and you're offering money to review it, therefore it can't be an unbiased review, and that's against FTC rules on top of it. So, but I have this. I was sent out of nowhere. It's made by Anchor. And they make really awesome stuff. It's a little, like literally soda can sized. And I see other people donate it to. I'll get to you guys. Believe me, I'm seeing you. It's a little soda can sized projector. And I have a battery backup that has a regular grounded plug on it. So I want to like go out to, I have someone's backyard I'm going to go to with like a screen to put the projector on. I'm going to plug the Super NT into the my battery backup because that's more than the power to run it. And the projector actually has a built-in lithium ion battery. So like on a summer night, I want to like play like Super Mario World out in like a backyard somewhere. That's going to be a cool video, but that's going to be a while from now because that's going to take some planning. So, Eternal Saber Gaming, thank you for donating. I love your channel. Also, what do you think about Valve removing anime RPGs? Got to look into it more. To find out what their reasoning was behind it. Actually, I don't mind the D-pad ABO. I think I heard something in passing about that, though, Eternal Saber Gaming. But thank you for donating. You know what's weird is that the D-pad, as much as it's weird, ABO, it actually is really crisp and responsive. So I'll have to play some games with it to see. Maybe it is the shittiest D-pad ever. Elijah Jones, thank you for donating. Battlefield 5 is going bigger on everything, while Black Ops 4 is going out of its way to follow trends. Battlefield 5 won't have Battle Royale and is getting rid of Season Pass. Wow, Elijah, that's interesting. I'm going to have to watch the reveal on that. That's crazy. Okay. I don't really, yeah. They're killing Call of Duty. They're trying, they just don't know what to do with it anymore. Like, even EA and DICE haven't made a Battlefield every single fucking year. This is what happens when you have to make a game every year. And the thing about it is, everyone, I knew people were going to say, oh, Rich, they have 3-year development cycles for each Call of Duty. But yeah, they're making a game every year, and they're not taking the time to step back from the series and think about what they're doing next. I mean, now I understand it's an open world game and the development time is insane for much longer development time than there is for a game like Black Ops. But look at Grand Theft Auto 5. That game came out at the end of the previous generation. Okay? Came out at the end of the previous generation. And they haven't made a new one, and they're still making a killing off of it. That's how you develop a game. Now, I understand it's a totally different development process. It's an open world game. Open world games take much longer to develop. But Rockstar does it smart. They're not trying to just spew out new product every single day. And Grand Theft Auto Online keeps them afloat, man. It keeps them very, very afloat. That's how you run a business, and that's how you develop a game. So thank you, Elijah, for donating. Sean McCarthy, my buddy, man, thank you for donating. Hey, Rich, hope you're doing well. At least the president can't block you on Twitter anymore. Stay sexy, you dilf. Thank you very much, man. I don't know how I feel about that, though, Sean. I'd have to see, like, if it's people, like, constantly harassing him and like, constantly sending him shit and bothering him on a daily basis, incessantly, why can't he block them? No, these aren't new glasses. I think my son sat on him again. He's the one who made him crooked, and I think he sat on him again and he straightened him out. I don't know if I'm just excited for Detroit Become Human, because every other game I play by them, like, they're interesting at first, and then they start to bore me. So, So thank you, Sean, for donating. I forgot to bring my coffee downstairs, and that really, really pisses me off. Mark McCauley, Rich, how are you? I am doing lovely. Mark, how are you, my friend? Haven't been on here in a while. Thank you, my friend, also for donating. You met your wife in GTA Online? Dude, that's so awesome. Did I miss? Yes, I did. I did miss a donation. Mr. Gamer 1992, thank you for donating, my friend. Recommendations for an Android phone for a reasonable price. I got a 32GB Samsung Galaxy Halo, and I hate it. It will stall and freeze at certain times, and I have to either wait or remove the battery. Yes. This was intro, guys, and we thought there was something wrong with it, but there wasn't. It was actually his service that he was on, and he still has this phone, and he loves it. This is the Moto E4 Plus, so I guess it's mine now, because it's too late to return it. Great phone. Mediocre camera, but it's still good enough. And it's actually, even though it's a budget phone, it's more than fast enough, and I really like this phone a lot. Moto E4 Plus, and you can get it for like $150. And it has expandable memory too, and it could be, I think it's any service. It's whether you have Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, it'll work on it. So cheap phone, and he uses it. I see he's actually out at work right now, and I see the pictures that he does with it, man. And it actually is a pretty good camera. Yes, Connor, I agree with you. Nintendo is the most consistent company when it comes to D-pads. Absolutely. Maybe call my slave, dude. Man, my wife does so much with my two babies. Now, I just started to stream. I'm not going to go upstairs and get my coffee. That's just like... It's interesting, though. I'm streaming this at home. Ooh, I did drop a couple frames. That's interesting. What I also find interesting, too, is I'm streaming at 1080p 30, and this is on my Aero 15 laptop. This is a 6-core, 12-thread Core i7 processor, the 8750H. And doing this stream, I'm actually using almost half of my CPU resources. That's kind of shocking. Wonder if that's maybe a poor optimization on... I wonder if that's poor optimization on OBS's part, or I don't know. Interesting, though. You shouldn't be using that much CPU for that. JN1306, any advice for a first-time mover, like moving into your own place? If that's the case, I think that's what you mean. Make sure anything expensive, you pack, you put in your car, and you bring to your place. Do not... Even friends, you know what? Don't even have friends do it. Like if you have like a PlayStation 4 or a gaming laptop or something like that, you move it, you pack it, you move it, you transport it, and you bring it to your new place. Do not have anyone else do it, because if they break, first off, moving companies don't give a shit. Okay? They don't care. If they drop it, they break it, and they'll be like, oh, and then they'll lie about it and say they didn't do it. Even if they have insurance, they don't care. Even if like they haven't, they're like, yeah, because they don't want to use even if you pay for an insurance plan, they still don't want to deal with it. Okay, so any expensive stuff you move, and don't wait till the last minute, because then it'll be stressful as hell, and because you'll be rushed, you'll still end up breaking shit. So there you go, JN1306. Thank you for donating. And anything expensive, you move. I'm only doing 1080p. Wait, is this? Hold on. Yeah, I'm only streaming at 1080p. Thank you, Ricky. I thought you... Yeah, I know. That's something with YouTube, man. That's not me. Even though I did drop 143 frames, which is 0.4%. It's not a big deal, but... So I see... Max Meteorite, thank you for donating. Hey, Rich, what does my PC need to run games at 1080p, 60 FPS? I currently have a GTX 1060 and 12 gigabytes of RAM, and I get a lot of frame drops. With a 1060? Which one, even if you have, that might be something else going on, Max, because what's your CPU? Because the 1060, even the 3 gigabyte one, you should be able to get 1080p 60 FPS in a lot of games. Maybe not maxed out settings, but like at least high, medium, or even like a mixture of medium high. I mean, hell, at 1050 Ti, you could play games at medium / high settings and get close to 60 FPS at 1080p. A GTX 1060, either flavor, whether it be 3 gigs or 6 gig model, you should be able to get 1080p 60 FPS no problem. So you may have some kind of other bottleneck in your computer, whether it be your CPU or something else. Maybe 12 gigabytes of RAM. That's a decent amount. I'm more of a 16 gigabyte guy, but I don't think that's your issue though. That's interesting. 1060 should not be giving you an issue at 1080p 60 FPS, especially the 6 gigabyte model, especially. Jester's Fortune. So who was that just donated that I missed? So Elijah. No, I missed. So Max. Something else is going on there. Thank you for donating. But unless there may be an issue, a hardware issue, with your GTX 1060. Could be that. Hope it's not that. That would suck, but it could be. Jester's Fortune. Thank you for donating. It may be a court gesture jackass, but whenever I see one of my YouTubers live, I say to them, why do horses run on courses? Say Matt Scullins, man, you even have his last name right. Bless you. Luscious sources. Just to see if they know where it's from. Oh, man. I cannot believe that video is going to be 4 years old. That was the first holiday I was with my fiance. That was a long time ago. Man, time. When you get older, like, 20s go by quick, but the 30s, man, it's like goes by lightning quick, dude. Time just flies. But thank you that you put that in to see if people know it. I'm interested if people actually do know it, because that was a really weird ass video for me. Many. I think I did it as like a Christmas special or something stupid. But thank you, Gestures, for donating. I do appreciate it. I missed a donation from Elijah Jones, my buddy here. Thank you for donating too, my friend. Kind of agree with POTUS Twitter thing. The argument is that he can't block anyone, even harassers, as his Twitter is used for public government announcements. Okay, now I see that side of the coin too, and I agree with that. And no offense to our snowflake in chief, he shouldn't be sitting there on the fucking internet all day tweeting. Or on his phone all day tweeting, which is the internet still, but you get my point. That's kind of ridiculous. It's just, I mean, he just talks about, like, even, like, sensitive shit that should not be, like, just spewing on. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. Yeah, Ricky Spanish, man, it's crazy, dude. Like, I feel like I remember making that Why Do Horses Run on Courses video. It feels like it was 5 minutes ago. It's just insane how fast time flies. How's Charlene? Haven't talked to her in a while. Yeah, but ABO, yeah, the House votes against net neutrality, but they don't care about the voters. And the thing is, if they get booted out of office, they have a nice cushy, they got a nice cushy corporate job that their donors will give them after they get out of office. Phage lives. Wait till you hit your 40s, Rich. Yeah, man, it's just crazy, dude. Time it just flies, man. It flies. Thank you, Phage, for donating. Dude, Showman, I feel so bad. I keep forgetting. I'm not even going to lie to you and make excuses. I just fucking forget. I screen cap it. I think I'm going to remember about Neptunia, and then I still forget. Thank you for donating. I'm going to try to remember. And Phage Lives, I don't care. Like, if I hit my 40s, I hit my 40s. Like, not that I'm not going to hit my 40s. You get my point. But I'm saying when I get to my 40s, it's not like I'm going to care that I'm old, but time just flies, dude. So Xiaomin and Phage Lips, thank you for donating. And eventually, one of these times, I will remember Xiaomin to go check out that game. Hyson Saul coming through with the dope question. Hey, Rich, what's a game series you like that everyone hates and you love? Oh. What is a series that I like that no one else seems to like? I'm going to go back, way back, but there's a lot of people that don't like Shadows of the Empire for the N64, and I absolutely loved that game. Now, I might be looking through rose-colored glasses, but back then I thought that game like blew my mind. And everyone was like, yeah, Rich, that game was terrible. Why did you enjoy that so much? But as a current game, I can't really think of anything current. The only thing I think is that a lot of people like think I hype up Dying Light too much, but I think it's still a masterpiece, that game. So, let's see, did I miss anybody? So that was a good question. So Phage Lips, thank you for donating. Xiaomin, thank you for donating. And eventually I'll try to remember the damn game to check it out. And why am I Shaup? Interesting name. Thank you for doing. Huge fan, man. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Good to see there's 220 people here on my secondary channel. It's so funny that I post those videos just as a quick heads up. They're like 3 seconds long, and people still on my main channel complain about them. But the funniest thing, the people that probably complain about them don't even watch my content anyway. It's just like, why you're complaining. Alex Stravu, thank you for donating. 80-year-olds would say 40 is still a kid. Yes, they would. Yes, they absolutely would. $40, that would be a youngin'. So, Alex, thank you for donating. X the Cahunas, Canoeis T, thank you for donating. Rich, you see the Battlefield 5 trailer? I have not. I'm probably going to end up talking about it tomorrow. I'll watch it first. Apparently, they won't be doing paid DLC. Like, you know why they're not doing it? This is an apology. This is like a love letter or apology letter from EA. They're like, they have to win people back, and this is why they're doing it, which is okay. Hey, I'd rather them learn a lesson and apologize. You think they would be adopting the same system that Star Wars Battlefield 2 uses now? No loot boxes, skin. No, they can't adopt it slowly. If they're coming out and saying they're not going to do any of that stuff, they can't come in later and do it because they'll get destroyed. Got to use the little boy's room for a second, guys. I'll be back in like 2 minutes, okay? Be right back. I am back. I am back. I am back. I'm sorry. No, that is not. That is not the real um, secular talk. He had me fooled for a while, though. Sean McCarthy, it won't, though. I saw what you wrote to Connor Blanchard. It won't. So, anyway, so Shaman, I'll answer your question first. Thank you for donating again, man. Do you have any recommendations for PC speakers? Was looking to upgrade mine, use with PC gaming. Also, just don't worry about the game. Um, I know you're busy. Just thought the sale wasn't. Dude, there are so many games I want to play. I haven't had time to play, Shaman. Thank you for donating again. It pisses me off. This is one thing is that I got to be better with time management, too. Because it's funny. I watched something where there was a... and read articles too where they say that people that are like CEOs of like Fortune 500 companies, they wake up at like 4:30 in the morning, and I know why now as an adult with children is because time is a premium, man. Whether it be leisure time or obligations or things you want to pursue. Yes, I wash my hands. They smell flowery, and I wash them with antibacterial soap. So if you want to lick them, you're more than welcome to. So, and I'm like, man, you know what? I'm going to start waking up at like 6:30 in the morning. Not that I wake up late. I wake up like 8 or 9. It's not that I wake up at like, noon or, well, I wish I did, but I don't. But I get why, because, you really have to budget time as an adult, whether it be for leisure or productivity. You really got to budget it, because it's not like when you're 19, 20 and you're single and you may be busy with college and you may have a part-time job, but when you have downtime, that downtime is for whatever the fuck you want to do. So thank you, Shaman. I appreciate your patience too. And I will definitely check out the game. I just forget. I'm not even going to make excuses. I just forget. I honestly do. What's my CPU usage right now? Why is it so high? And this laptop's a beast. Like I edit videos on this thing almost as fast as I edit them on my Threadripper rig. So I'm going to answer this sec. So thank you, Shaman, for donating again. Matthew Danahy, thank you for donating. Hey, Rich, do you remember your 4 dating nightmares video and your Black Friday one of any of your old videos? What are your thoughts on the unrealistic? I got to watch the Battlefield 5 trailer. Yes, I remember my 4 dating nightmares, that video. Yeah, that was... Online dating, you have some interesting times, man. And my Black Friday video, damn, you've been around for a minute. That was when I got well, there were 2 Black Friday videos. There's one I did recently where I was asking people questions, and there was another one I did in 2011 where I picked up the LG. It was a budget LG phone, and it was still a budget phone, but I had right before that I had the Samsung Intercept, so it felt like such a huge upgrade. So, thank you, man. You've been around for a while, dude. I appreciate it. I got to watch the be a Battlefield 5 trailer. I haven't watched it yet. So, thank you for donating. Phage Lives, thank you very much. I just think your honest opinion rocks. Thank you, my dude. I appreciate it. Thank you for donating. So, you guys ready for a story? You're going to get a live stream exclusive story, and I swear on my sons, this is 100% true. And taking a dump made me think of it. So, many people ask me, and it has nothing, I don't, it's, many people ask me why I flush multiple times. Okay. Like if I, not to go into detail, I poop, I flush. I wipe, I flush. I wipe again, I flush. Why do you flush 2 or 3 times when you poop, Rich? And I have a buddy of mine, Yerrick, that could back me up that this story is truthful. I remember the LG chocolate. Sean McCarthy. So back when I was in college, Yerrick and I, we were filming a independent movie, which was terrible. I wrote it, and I know that right now to this day it was terrible. And we got this girl who was in our class, and she was an actress, hot as hell, Which would know what the sad thing was, man, is she ended up started doing coke and she got so skinny and she looked terrible. But she at the time she was gorgeous. And I had a stomach bug that it was so bad I actually had to go to the doctor, and the stomach bug was so severe the doctor told me that it actually ate away the lining in my stomach. So he's like, for like 2 weeks, man, you're gonna have stomach and shitting problems. Not to go into detail, that's it. Go there. So like every 2 hours I had to take a dump. And we were at her house, we were filming, and there was nothing I could do. I had to go. There was nothing I can do. So I go and I piled up the toilet with and actually no I didn't. I had some toilet paper in there, but it was a normal amount and it clogged her toilet. So I'm thinking, all right, toilet clogged. No big deal. But I was kind of panicking in the back of my mind, like, I don't want, man, I hope this doesn't become like a thing where she realized I clogged her toilet. I'm like, I hope I could just like, plunge this on the sly. Because, this girl is super, I'm at the super hot girl's house and I clog it up with shit. So I'm looking around like, oh, she has a plunger. No plunger. Oh, she has a plunger here. No plunger. She had no fucking plunger in her bathroom. And I just took a big nasty shit. So I come out of the bathroom and I'm like feeling so defeated. I'm like, this girl, I've wanted to like jump her for like 3 years. And now I have to come out and tell her that I clogged her toilet with rancid shit. It gets worse though. She didn't have a plunger. Who the hell does not have a plunger in their fucking house? And gets worse than that. So she had no way to clog. She was like, ew, that's disgusting. Oh, she's like flipping out. And the thing that made it worse is that her house was older. Thank you very much, Joe Sonic, for donating. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not familiar with you. Thank you for donating, but I don't make people who just donate mods because I want to trust them first. Because her house was older, she had her pipes. They didn't leak, but for some reason, if you take a shit, you could smell the shit through the pipes. So her entire house smelled like my ass. So here's this gorgeous girl that I remember that I wanted to jump her bones for like 3 years. And I'm at her house. I clog her toilet with the smelly shit. She doesn't have a plunger. And because she has this older house, I made her entire parents' house smell like my ass. So ever since then, I made sure that that never happened to me again. And I've learned to flush multiple times when I take a dump. I'd rather have the toilet flushed multiple times when people ask why I flushes multiple times than have that happen again. I learned a valuable lesson. She was never going for me anyway, man. She ended up dating like drug dealers and shit. Like, so I don't even, it was an unrealistic thing. There was, yeah. So I don't even know if she's around anymore, man. I haven't seen her in years. The speaker question. Oh shit, I'm sorry, Shaman. Honestly, man, when I hooked up speakers to my computer, I ended up using like component speakers. Like, I ended up using just either my headset or honestly just the speakers through the computer. It wasn't the runs. I'm not going to go into detail, but it was just, yeah. And she had an old-ass house. And I guess maybe I put enough toilet paper in to clog it, too, on top of it. The whole house smelled. I remember because she said it. She's the one who said it. We walked, like, oh, it smells even down in my kitchen. And I'm like, why? Why does it smell down in your kitchen when, like, 2 floors up is where I took the dump? And who doesn't have a plunge? Like, I don't care if you're like a teenage girl. Like, every once in a while, everyone has to plunge their toilet. Like, why do you not have a plunger? What is going on? Yeah, I feel bad. Shaman, I'm just not sure about the speakers, man. I feel bad. I just don't know. Yeah, like I don't care if if you're one of those people that craps like once every like 4 days. Actually, there's even more of a reason you probably would need a plunger. Yeah, it might be because their vents suck. There was some reason that a couple floors down, my crap smelled down there. I'm like 9.8. I don't think I have anything else in me but Italian. I've never been a big computer speaker guy, Shaman, ever. Let's make plungers great again. I got one of those plungers that like actually like shoots air pressure to get it out. Hey, there you go, Lager Brick. How are you? Transport your poop to Mars. Siri, look for a plunger. Did my phone actually start? Where's my phone? I leave my phone in the bathroom. I think I left my phone in the bathroom. I had it in my pocket. And I took it out and I left it in the bathroom. Oh well. It's not that I don't want to make him a mod. I'm just not familiar with Joe Sonic. I don't like I said even last time. Even when people donated, the only reason I made them mods is because I was familiar with him. I'm just not familiar with him. I'll eventually make him a mod if he wants to be a mod, but I got to make sure that I could trust him. Because the last thing you want to do, and I'm not saying he's a troll, he very well will not be a troll. But if he is a troll and I make him a mod, that could lead to problems. Connor, I don't think the Switch in its I think there's going to be an upgraded Switch in like a year and a half, 2 years, where it's going to have a more powerful processor, more RAM, because they want to keep it in the scope of their competitors. Like, yes, the Switch is not as powerful as even the base PS4 and Xbox One, but it has enough power that they could play most of the same games, and they want to keep it there. So even if like the Switch Pro, let's just call it for the sake of giving it a name, um, is not as powerful as the PS5 or Xbox, whatever the hell they're going to call it. It could still play the same games, just they'll have to be whittled down to deal with the less powerful hardware. They don't want to be out of the scope of their competitors completely, because they want to make sure they still get the same AAA games. So we'll see. I think we'll see in a couple years another Switch or an upgraded Switch, kind of like what Sony did and Microsoft did with the PS4 and the Xbox One. Mr. Smacks, Mr. Snacks, thank you for donating. What do you think about the app What do you think about the app Wish? They have some pretty sketchy prices, like a GTX 1080 for $1, and when you get it, it's just a charger. Oh, I haven't heard about that, but I heard about Wish. Like, some of their stuff on there is just head scratching. Yeah, I don't trust them. I think I've actually had their app on my phone, and I never bought anything from them. So I'm surprised people haven't reported them, or their app is still available. There's something that should not be allowed. Thank you, Mr. Snacks, for donating. Max Meteorite, Rich. Hey, Rich, when you were younger. Thank you for donating, by the way. Hey, Rich, when you're younger, did you ever consider joining the military? And do you have any advice for someone considering joining? Love your vids, Rich. Just be aware of be aware of the consequences. Do research. Make sure you understand the whole scope of what you're joining. And I know some people that were in the Navy who, they got out after a few years and they received a ton of benefits, man, and they don't regret a day of doing it, But it's not for everybody. And there's some people I know who joined the Army and they couldn't stand it. So you just make sure you know what you're getting into. That's the best advice I could give you. No, personally, I've never thought about getting in. Thank you for donating. Who actually was that donated? I like thanking by name. Max Meteorite, thank you. Vikings, will there be a Mad World 2? Please, thank you, Rich. I don't know. Mad World, that was for the Wii, was it not? I could be wrong about that. I remember hearing good things about that game. If so, I guess that's up to Sega if it's the game I'm thinking of. I don't know I could be wrong though. But thank you, Bikins, for donating. Jaw Sonic, thank you for donating. Trust me, if I was a troll so many times before. Okay, my friend. I am going to make you a mod because you keep on asking. And I will watch you. Okay? And it is not because you have donated via Super Chat. You got my attention to see that you wanted to be because I might have missed your comment. But just, you're a mod on probation. Okay? But thank you once again for donating. So there you are. You are a mod. Turtle Dude, any damage to your house or office from the tornado? No, a tree rested on my house, but it didn't cause any damage. In the office, no. Nothing happened at the office. The office, the storm wasn't even as bad there, even though it was only like 10 minutes away. So I got pretty lucky with that. So thank you for donating. And, I got lucky. Unlike that time there was a flood in my basement at my old house. I got lucky with that this time. Ready, Red. Well, I'm going to make him, Siderico. Hell yeah, you could be a mod, dude. I would have made you, if you asked before, I apologize. Yeah, I would have made you a mod. I know you. Venator Aurelius, thank you for donating too. Didn't get a notification ping for some reason. Glad everyone's okay after the tornado. Yeah, we lucked out with it, man. We lost power, and I lost a ton of days of work, which pissed me off. Turtle Dude, thank you for donating too. But in terms of any kind of damage, first and foremost, my family was fine. No damage to the house. Like I said, a tree rested, but it literally kind of like softly rested on the house, didn't cause any damage, and my office was unscathed. So, Phage Lives, you're a troll. I know you, you evil troll, and now you're a moderator and a troll. He's not a troll, guys. Reverse psychology worked on me, Phage Lives. You're a mod. A mod could kind of keep I get a lot of comments and stuff like that, and then you get some weirdos in here who start spamming my address, which there's been 30 places the docs has been put out for me, so I don't even try to hide it anymore. Can you be a cat? Yes, you could be a cat. I think it's awesome that it's. I wonder, are they offering touchscreen support with the Steam app? I don't really know how games work with touchscreen on your phone, but I guess you could. Kind of wouldn't be. Yeah, this is the bedroom. I did a ton of cleaning of it over. There's some stuff where my computer is under the TV in the back, but. Yeah, I'm interested to try that app, man, when it comes out. What's Anime 7263? Thank you for doing it. What's the story behind the cucumber? It's a really there was a sure it's not resting on that. There was a I can't forget. There's so many damn Call of Duties, and they all just kind of. Not Infinite Warfare. It was Advanced Warfare back in 2014. And for some reason, I had this brilliant idea to do the thing of... thank you for donating, by the way, Anime. And Venator, Thank you for donating too. So anyway, the cucumber. So I decided this thing where I was having like an argument with Richard Simmons in the video. And I made it that when you purchase the Advanced Warfare Xbox One, that it came bundled with a cucumber. And then I started smacking the cucumber across my face, and I took a big bite out of it. And ever since then, the cucumber has been a meme on my channel. So there you go, Anime. Thank you for donating. And I just kind of do stupid things with it now. I actually have fun. This is going to sound totally out of context and wrong, but I actually have fun with the cucumber and think of stupid ideas to do with it all the time. So it's kind of a cool meme that I could kind of always have new ideas for. Kind of strange that I could have that many. A cucumber gives me that much creativity, but there we are, and it does. So thank you, Anime. Hectic69, thank you for doing. Hey, Rich, do you ever think they're coming out with a Switch XL? Yes, and I would say there's a 65% or 70% chance they will, and I think there's a 90% chance we'll see a Switch Mini. And just to kind of further that, you realize in Japan they just came out with a special Switch bundle that does not come with the dock and it's cheaper. That says two things. That they're probably going to come out with some kind of new model of Switch in terms of being bigger or smaller. And they're basically making the Switch slowly become what the 3DS. You wouldn't release a dockless Switch if you weren't eventually thinking of fading out the 3DS. You should make a ABO. You should make a video about the whole smells like shit after you took a shit. Nah, it's not a long one. It would be like a 2-minute video, man. Yeah, it was an interesting, but that's why I always am smart now, and I flush multiple times. I don't care. Ready, red. Thank you. Do you remember me, Rich? I have been watching you religiously since 2013. Keep up the great work. Love the new format. Thank you very much, Ready, red. I do appreciate that, man. I haven't made some new. I'm actually going for piano lessons next week, but I haven't made a new song in a while. Probably, yeah, that's true, Elvis. But it's kind of interesting that they would offer that kind of product. That Xbox disability controller, I think I watched a video that The Verge made on it. And it's really interesting. Like they let people with disabilities, if they have any kind of tools or things that they use to play games, they can use basically whatever they want to, and they have different ports for each button in the back of the controller. That's really interesting. It's definitely a great creative idea. You know, it allows people who may have disabilities to still have access to games, and I think that's fantastic. What is your question, Jesus? I did not see your question. I am not avoiding a question. And I am looking up. Does anyone know about the Executor XS Pro or X? I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. If that's the question, Jesus. I'm not that I'm avoiding it. And if I saw your question, I would have just said I don't know. It's not that I'm. Yeah, I remember seeing the Neo Geo, and you know, my parents spoiled the shit out of me. But even that was too rich for their blood. Like $200 a cartridge. Like, yeah, it's not happening. It'd be interesting to see Skilled Rook if they actually do come out with something. Brute Force. I don't remember it, but it rings a bell. Yeah, I still post updates on Facebook. I mostly just post new videos, though. I'm not on there that much. It's a very sloppy way to interact with fans on there. Nothing special. You just missed a story where I talked about where I clogged a really hot girl's toilet at her house and her whole house smelled like my shit. Besides that, you didn't miss anything. My favorite 7th gen game. Oh, I would say either Halo 3, Fear. God, I want to play Fear now. I have a Discord. Yes, I have a Discord. Yes, I'm actually friends with Big Cheese on Facebook. Well, yeah, man. I mean, that was like bleeding. The Neo Geo back then, man, was like bleeding. I don't have a website yet. I had one for a while back in like 2013, and it just, the guy I worked with kind of went off and did his own thing, and I didn't have time to update it. So, but yeah, the Neo Geo. I hope they make a Resident Evil 7 physical release. After seeing how many downvotes the video got, I'm kind of hoping that maybe Capcom will get the hint. But thank you, Matthew East. Yeah, I'm waiting to do that kind of stuff, Skilled Rook, until my Twitch show goes up. I don't want to. I want to have a more pro format with my streams. I actually kind of like how this looks down here, though. The Logitech webcam actually doesn't look that bad. Yeah, the Neo Geo was bleeding edge back, man. Like, that's why the cartridges were... And they were huge cartridges, because it was literally the same exact game. And they even had a card save slot that you could play the game at home, or say you played the game at the arcade, you could save your data there and then go home if you had the same game, or purchase the same game, and pick up where you left off. So you literally were playing the same exact game you played in an arcade. And back then, that was like blew your mind. What happened to the majority of my viewers? They're growing and expanding, and my channel's doing well. What do you mean? I'm going to try to get a lot of A-list people on the Twitch show. It's going to happen. I'm not going to say when, because, shit happens like tornadoes come and hit your town. It's still happening. It just, yes, I'm tired. Actually, I don't feel that bad, actually. I went to the gym. The gym kind of, when you go to, I ran for about, not ran, I was on the elliptical, which actually is like running. And I was on there for 45 minutes, and on my streams, while I'm streaming, there's a lot of people who, when I streamed on my main channel, a lot of people didn't like it. Which, whatever the case may be, hey, you have to look at your subscribers as, like, say you're running a business at say you're running an independent store, and your subscribers are customers, and your subscribers don't like the streams in their feed. So I'm like, okay, solution. I bring my stream to another channel. But then there was a lot of people who were like, look, I don't want to go to a different channel to watch your streams. So, I think for a very small secondary channel that I basically just started using for streaming, to have 276 people here watching is not that bad. It is what it is, I don't have any interaction with Keemstar. Yes, Tanuki, I know you. You could be a mod. There you go, my man. The more mods I could trust, the better. No, I did not hear that, Gaming McLeese. Skilled Work, I never used wireless headsets in 7th gen. I just used basically like the cheap 360 headsets, or maybe a Bluetooth headset on the PS3. Yeah, I mean, 270. It's not like I got like 5,000 people watching on my main YouTube channel. Like I said, most of my subscribers can't stand my stream. So it's like, okay, secondary channel for that smaller, much smaller portion that watch. I only used to get like 400, 500 people that watch me on the main channel. So it's not like I'm have 280 here right now. It's not like it's like drastically lower, you know? Zachary Hoskins, you are noticed. That pale boy is in love with me. Thank you. Yeah, people keep bringing that up, Marvel. I didn't really... I heard a little bit in passing, but not too much. So, I think this is like a happy medium where, I still get close to the same viewership, and the people who really can't stand my streams don't have to see them on my main YouTube channel. And I can keep them live here and, not make them private and do anything. Even though people, because I announce on my main channel I'm streaming on this channel, get annoyed at that too. So I can't win either way, but, at that point, if they're going to unsubscribe because of that, they were going to unsubscribe anyway for something else. Master of All 1294. Hey Rich, what kind of technical capabilities do you think the next generation of consoles will have? How much more powerful do you think they'll be than the mid-gen refreshes of this generation? I don't know. First off, Master of All, thank you for donating. I don't know, man. That's the thing. Like, even like if they come out in 2020, which is a couple years from now, like, what are they going to offer? That's gonna like be like, oh my god, I this is amazing. Like, are they gonna go and maybe do like something more innovative, kind of like what Nintendo did with the Switch? Are they gonna? Because I don't know. I just don't know how much more mind blowing they could be just a couple years from now than like the Xbox One X. So it kind of confuses me. Because if they just make a conventional console and just upgrade the hardware, especially with the Xbox One X, what are you going to really do to blow people away? I don't know. Maybe they're going to do something where they're going to do like everything's going to be 4K 60 FPS at max settings. Who knows? But thank you very much again for donating. I do appreciate it. Well, isn't Dark Souls pushed out to like late summer now? But Master of All, again, thank you for donating. Don Roxy, why do people say I manipulated autistic kid? I don't know. What happened was there was a guy who was here's what happened. There was a guy I did a story on, and I pretended to be him. Where he was obsessed with his PlayStation 4, so he brought it back like 6 billion times. And someone trolled me and pretended to be him, saying that they were like, they were really insulted, blah, 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 blah. And, they were going to try to get my video taken down. So I took the video down. I got some advice behind the scenes. They're like, Rich, that you tried to be funny and the video wasn't that funny. Whether it's real or not, just take it down. So I took it down. And then I found out later on, like, it was trolls, and they, like, celebrated that they got my video taken down. So, so no, I never actually, went after an autistic kid. That's just more trolling folklore. Thank you, Hayden Spears. No, I don't know what the exact numbers of the Switch consoles sold. I don't even know if Nintendo does. They haven't released anything new recently. Let's see, have I dropped any more frames? Nope. It's amazing though I'm using 35% of my CPU to do this stream. Why are malls closing? Because everyone's shopping online. That was a TV that was a Black Friday deal from like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. No, a year and a half ago. Um, and it was like $900 for that TV. And it has a gorgeous picture on. I'm pissed when we moved it here though. Did not drop the TV. We put on like a whole bunch of blankets. It was the only thing we moved in the back of a pickup truck, and we covered the top, covered the bottom. Nothing fell on it. And there's, for some reason, the lighting, a little bit of the lighting in one of the bottom corners got messed up. You can barely notice it, but you can. No, AB, it's an old story now. There's no reason to put it back up. And I'm sure it's out there if you want to find it. It is out there if you want to find it. Caden, cool. Thank you very much, man. I just watched one of your videos. You just got my sub. I really do appreciate that. It was kind of scary because I'm like, oh man, I wasn't able to put video because my sub growth was going great. And the tornado happened and I wasn't able to upload videos for like what? I mean, the last video I uploaded was the 14th. And I didn't upload one again until I think the 19th? 20th? And I'm thinking, oh man, I was doing really good. My sub growth was good. My views were good. And I'm like, this happens, and watch, I can't get the ball rolling again. And it's good to see today that my numbers are going back up again. I may be going to make another video like that. Maybe especially because the Xbox One X came out. Maybe I'll make another video. Seeing how maybe that PC compares to the Xbox One X. Hey Rich, any advice on being harassed by assholes? Ignore them. I mean, obviously, you know, if it gets serious where you're getting doxxed and threatened, then you have to take legal action or go further than that. But one of my biggest things, and I learned from the failures of other YouTubers, and I was going down the same route, is that do not engage. I know it's very frustrating and it's very tough not to, but try not to engage them because it's not worth it because they feed off of that. So obviously, you know, and if you have to do things, do actions behind the scenes. Anime 7263. Why do you remind me a lot of Regular Car Review? Thank you for donating. You know what's funny? I found Regular Car Review through a friend of mine on Facebook who said that you would be this guy if you did this. He's the Review Tech USA of car reviews back in 2013, and that is a true story. That is how I found Regular Car Reviews, and I've been watching them since. Yeah, Oscar, that was rough, man. I mean, and I showed a lot of the damage that happened in my town. That's a lot of damage that happened in my town, and it still wasn't the full scope of it. There are worse videos and stuff out there. What would Twitter have to change for me to rejoin? When I show people, when I screen cap and send them tweets of people physically threatening other people, like literally saying I'll beat the shit out of them, and they do nothing about it. They have to actually do things about it. When I show people, when I send tweets to Twitter where they have my docs posted and they're bragging about it, and they're chat, or they have pictures of my family as their header, and I send it all to Twitter, and they'll even tell me that it violates terms of service, yet they do nothing about it. They have to, you know, they could put on the whole public persona. Oh, we're going to make sure people know the rules, and we're going to change our ways, and we've been doing terrible. We're going to do better. It's been the same spiel from them for years. Okay, and I'm not just talking about regular trolls that people say I'm fat and stuff like that. Who cares about any of that shit? That's going to happen. I don't think I've had a video in the past like 10 years that has not been something about me being fat. Boo-hoo. Like, that's going to happen. But when it's serious shit and they do nothing about it, you know, when it's beyond just regular trolling and it's people being like dangerous and harassing and they do nothing unless it's a big public figure, I have no need for that. My stress level has diminished significantly since I've been off Twitter. Getting off Twitter was one of the best business decisions I've made in years. And I don't regret it at all, and I don't miss it. I don't miss it. Start with the Source engine skill, Rook. It's still a relevant engine, man. I mean, it's dated, but the game still look like if you're playing Half-Life 2 in 4K, it still looks gorgeous. So you're saying Twitter is like my ex-girlfriend? Yeah, maybe. No, I don't think Nintendo will be in trouble again when the PS5 comes out. Yes, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. I'm definitely going to pick it up. Thank you, Omar Gonzalez. Thank you very much. I think the game I played the most on Switch is actually Doom. Yeah, I just came from the gym today. Honest to God, swear on my son, I just came from the gym. And then I came home and he was screaming. I was like, oh, I got to stream. I probably should have made the stream like a half an hour later to make sure my son is sleeping. Yes, I still go to the gym. I literally just came from the gym today. I was at the gym right before I started streaming. No, everyone keeps on talking about Death Road to Canada. My mom, Mando man, my mom doesn't know how to explain. It was so. My mom doesn't know how to explain my job. Yeah, It's funny because we stayed at my parents for a few days, and babies are very easy to get off a schedule. Um, but usually my son, like I would put him down around 7:45, 8 o'clock, and he would be in bed. Maybe sometimes I have to lay with him until he goes to sleep, and I lay him in his crib. But by like I would say 8:15 the latest, he'd be in bed. But we had when the tornado happened, we had to stay at my family's for like 4 or 5 days, and that threw him off. He's been off since. He sleeps through the night, but to get him to go down is a chore. Yeah, I'll check that out. I may I want to pick up what you call it, Hyrule Warriors remastered. I'm not even thinking about what age I'll let my kids on the internet yet. They're still in diapers. It ain't gonna be for a long ass time though. I'll tell you that. Rich, any advice on someone who was unemployed and looking for a job? Well, as someone who got nailed by I worked for IBM and I got laid off, and it took me years to get back on my feet. Is just don't let it get to you. The worst, beyond the fact that obviously you have to look for jobs and apply, and maybe if there's a way you could find to pursue maybe your education or something like that. Don't let the fact that you're unemployed mess with you psychologically, because when he starts messing with your head and you get depressed, which did happen to me, um, then you become useless, and it's a downward spiral, and you'll be worse off than just being unemployed. My older son is a year and a half. The newborn is 3 months old. He was born on February 16th. My worst game experience. How, in which way bad? Hyrule Warriors on Switch is a huge improvement. It's amazing how much more powerful the Switch is than the Wii U. Kind of like, and it's funny because the Wii U, it makes you like. I didn't think the Wii U. I mean, I knew it was less powerful than the PS4 and Xbox One, but seeing how much it even gets owned by the Switch in terms of performance makes you realize that wow, it really was in a huge step below. It really was a huge step below the PS4 and Xbox One, you know. Views and RTU parody accounts. Everyone has parody accounts, man. It is what it is. No, my old job did not pay more than YouTube. My job at IBM did pay okay, though. I mean, I kept the lights on, had my own place, you know. But it was didn't pay what I make here. Yeah, it basically was a triple core GameCube processor. And it had AMD 4000 series graphics in it. I am not currently near any cucumbers. LSGG Broly, thank you very much, man. Yeah, I mean, I got very lucky. Like I said, there was no damage to my home, no damage to my office. It just, you know, the only thing that sucked is that I lost a lot of time for work and, you know, nothing happened to my family. Everyone was good. Nintendo's worst home console? In my opinion, this is going to be an unpopular one. In my opinion, it was the Wii. But, you know, there's a lot of people get angry when I say that. My favorite color is blue. Well, the Virtual Boy technically was a portable console. What a loose way to use that term, but it was a portable console. Yeah, but I almost feel like, I mean, you look at the Switch, and yes, it's underpowered compared to its competitors, but in terms of it being a portable console, it's a fucking beast. I mean, yeah, I know there's some high-end smartphones that can technically outperform it, but they're using that Tegra X1, and you know, because it, you know, they could really dig down into the metal of the hardware. It's amazing to see games like Wolfenstein and New Colossus coming to it and running decent Doom on there. The Resident Evil Revelations, even though that started off on the 3DS, and you have I can look at the games right now because they impressed. Just so I remember them, I have my Switch right here. That actually is a good idea, Moreshoe64. Thank you for donating, but that's a good idea even if you didn't. I don't just say that because you donated. That would be a badass idea. Minus the fact that I don't hate Castlevania 2. I like it. But it's a very disjointed game. But it's not garbage, though. I mean, you have Payday 2 on the Switch, which, you know, that's a previous gen console game. Not too shocked they can run it. Doom. Most of my games are on my Switch. Just downloaded. Should have turned it on and take a look. Moreshoe, thank you for donating. That would be a very good idea. Yeah, it's already on iOS. Skilled Rook. Let's look at the games on here. But the thing is, it's just amazing to see, like, my point being is that even though the Switch is underpowered compared to the PS4 and Xbox One as a portable console, it's a beast, hardware-wise. So, I mean, you have Doom on here, Outlast 1 and 2, which look gorgeous on the Switch, and those are current-gen games. They weren't... what else I got? All my games are downloaded, so... Rocket League runs great on here. What else we got? We got more. I mean, you got Bayonetta. It's just a badass system, man. I love the fucking Switch. I wish I had more time to play video games. It's funny. I run a channel discussing tech and video games, and if I have an hour and a half to 2 hours a week to game, that's a lot. Welcome to being an adult. I love my children. They are the best thing that ever happened to me, hands down. Okay, I love having a family, you know, and all that. I genuinely, wholeheartedly do, and I'm not just saying to be politically correct. But when you become an adult and you have responsibilities such as a family and children, your free time gets cut down to like 0.000000001%. Unless you're like Solid Rev from YouTube who works a night shift job. So if you work a night, so what happens is when he has his weekends, he has to stay up at night because that's his sleep schedule. So he's mentioned this in videos before. So he has a bunch of time he has to kill where his family's sleeping and he's awake. Kind of envy him in a way. Like that's how he gets to get some gaming time in. I'm not really super excited for Spider-Man PS4. It looks cool, but I'm not like, I don't know. What the hell is Steven's grip? What's your question, Kyler? I have not tried Stardew Valley. Kind of seems like a relaxing game I should give a shot, though. Be a cam girl. Show off some hairy cleavage. What is the difference between Castlevania 1 and Chronicles? Wasn't Chronicles based on... Castlevania 1 for the NES, you mean? Is a different game from Chronicles. Chronicles... Actually, wasn't Chronicles based on the 68,000? The Sharp 68,000 version of the game? I'm pretty sure it is. Connor, I answered this before for you. No, I think there'll be like a Switch Pro in like 2 years. Because they have to keep, even though it'll still be less powerful than like the PS5 and Xbox, blah, 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 whatever the hell they're going to call it. They need to keep it in the realm of their competitors' hardware. That's why you're seeing like AAA games coming to the Switch right now. Yeah, I love Symphony of the Night. Yeah, I watch Solid Rev. Symphony of the Night, even though it's not my favorite Castlevania, it's a good Castlevania. The only thing, Symphony of the Night is like did to the Castlevania series what Final Fantasy VII did to Final Fantasy. They're both great games. Not really a Final Fantasy fan, but I still know it's a good game. Yeah, Google Fish, I saw it, man. I'm picking up that game. It comes out relatively soon. Does it come out this week? Oh man, I lost my train of thought. What the hell was I saying? God damn it. Thank you for donating on Google Fish. Yeah, I'm going to cop that, man. I'm definitely going to pick that up. What was I going to say? Until I lost my train of thought. Favorite food is, there's nothing better than a piece of pizza. Could be plain or it could be a Sicilian, even though I've been avoiding pizza. With hot sauce on it. I'm talking like habanero. But oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Final Fantasy VII, because when Castlevania Symphony Night did for the Castlevania series, what Final Fantasy VII did for the Final Fantasy series, is it kind of brought it in a funky direction that annoys me. Because every game that was made, especially for portable platforms, that was a Castlevania game from there on out, was a Metroidvania game, basically. Rage 2 does look pretty good. I mean, I'm not excited for it. That would be a lie if I said I was. But, actually, the Game Boy Advance, yes, it's officially dead. You know what, though? Obviously, you know that. You're just being silly. There's a guy taking... There was... I think it was the DS Lite. The hinge broke on them very easily. And the DS Lite actually was able to play Game Boy Advance games. It actually had a cartridge slot in there. He's revamping those. So, like, he's taking the bottom half, cleaning them up, making it look like a standalone system with, and fixing the broken hinge, putting like a LED light up there and calling it the Game Boy Advance Neon. That's actually pretty cool. I have not tried Chicago style pizza. And yes, I am Italian. Yes, I heard how Battlefield 5 will not be paid to win. I admittedly, though, did not watch the trailer for it yet. Yeah, basically, Steven played. Yeah, that's what he did. And it looks pretty cool, man. I like Lament of Innocence. That was on the PS2 only. Then Lament of Innocence, yes, that was on the PS2. That was pretty good. Circle of the Moon, that was the first GBA Castlevania, if I'm correct, right? GBA was a great system. Mine is the first iteration. The first iteration where it had no backlight was, even in 2001, that was just stupid. I don't know why Nintendo did not put a backlight in the original GBA. I have not been to Italy. I've never tried that pizza. I'm pretty close to New York City. I'm about an hour and change from New York City, so. Yes, I'm so pissed. I owned an Atari Jaguar. I actually got it when I hit 1,000 subscribers, and Stone Age Gamer sent it to me. And later on down the line, I ended up selling it a while later. He kind of sent it to me as a congratulations thing. That was a mint Jaguar. But at the time, I didn't use it, and I had a different mindset. Like, now I would never sell a Jaguar. I would keep that thing, like... And the funniest thing is, they sold that. It was a congratulations thing. They had to sell 1,000 subs. But due to ethics reasons, I never sold any of the review products they sent me. But I shouldn't have sold that either. That was a stupid thing I did back then. That was a decade ago, though. As a Halo fan, 650, thank you for donating. Hey, Rich, been sub for a couple years now. Thank you so much. That's awesome, and I love hearing that. I just wanted to ask, how long do you think Battle Royale game trend will last? I think it'll be a mode that's always there, but the craze of it right now, where everyone's like obsessed with it and every single game developer is trying to incorporate it, I would say you give it like another year and a half, 2 years, maybe not even. But, it's kind of like there's still millions of people that play Minecraft, but not everyone's obsessed with Minecraft like they were even like 2.5 years ago. So like once the dust settles, it'll always be like there's still people that play Minecraft. There's still people that play, obviously, Call of Duty. But those crazes where everyone on YouTube's playing it and talking about it and all the developers are trying to copy it, I think it'll last like another year and a half and change. So thank you, as in Halo fan 650, for donating. The Fire Sword God, thank you for donating. I live in Missouri, so I know that tornadoes suck. Yes, they do. We got hit by an EF2 too, which for my area is like unheard of. One hit my town, thankfully not my house, but I know it sucks. Have a little help, Rich. Thank you very much, man. Like, I appreciate it. That's why I said in the video, when I made the tornado video showing the damage to my town, I didn't want to make it like I was making it for sympathy, because My home had no damage to it. My office had no damage to it. There wasn't any flooding. I lost nothing. Most importantly, my family was fine. So nothing happened. We were okay. Worst thing that happened was I lost time with work. That was about it. So we came out unscathed from that. Rich, do you think DSP is faking being bad at games? He's on level 22 on the PS4, and someone I know is saying he's faking it. I'm really skeptical of that. Here's what I think. I think actually, here's the thing. I think if DSP just played games casually, I think he'd probably be good at them. I think what it is that because he's putting on, quote unquote, and which all streamers do, I'm not just calling him out, he's putting on a show. It's what you do. You're trying to entertain people so they continue to watch your stream. What I think happens is he gets flustered because it happens to me. I even know when if I try to stream, I can never be like a full-time gaming streamer where I stream games all the time because I suck too bad. I can't multitask. Like I'll be talking to someone in the chat and a tutorial comes up telling me how to do something and I don't hear it and I'm running around the map like an idiot trying to figure out what I'm doing. That's what I think happens, and that's where like that this is how you don't play stuff comes from. I bet if DSP just played games casually, he may actually be pretty badass at all the games he plays, but the problem is he's on stream and he's distracted, he gets shittier. I know that happens to me. Mr. Smiles Cam, yeah, that would royally suck if I lost all my shit through the tornado, but I got very lucky and I didn't. I got very lucky first and foremost that no one got hurt. I got very lucky that nothing happened to my home, and I got very lucky that nothing happened to my office. The only thing I lost was time, but I can make that up. What's your thoughts on climate change? It exists. I so heartily feel that the reason why we got an EF2 tornado, which the last time we got a tornado here was in 1990, and I think maybe it was an EF0. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. The storm was brutal, man. The storm was brutal. Connor, you know what it is, Rich. I'm significantly younger than you. As the years go by, do you feel like gaming, or at least consoles as a whole, lost its excitement compared to what it was in the '90s? I meant to ask this. Well, I always will enjoy gaming. But it was funny as a kid, and even in like the early '90s, and in the later '90s because I was becoming a teenager, not as much, but it was still more exciting. You kind of had that, like, I remember going to the store with my parents and getting an NES game, and you'd be so amped, you'd be looking at the box, like you literally couldn't wait, like you were like tripping up the stairs to go to your NES to get the cartridge shoved in your system to play the game. Obviously now that's gone. It really is, I still love playing games, but the problem is the time. It's just kind of ironic. Like I said, I have a job talking about tech and video games. But like I said, if I have an hour and a half to 2 hours a week to play games, that's a lot. And that's the thing, is that it's not that the games themselves become less enjoyable to play. It's just that you have more responsibilities as an adult. I'm not going to put my family and my children aside to play Dark Souls for 10 hours a day. You know what I mean? And sometimes I'm working at the office for 10 plus hours a day. And I come home and I'm not going to be like, yep, guys, I'm going to ignore everyone here. I'm going to ignore my children. I'm going to ignore my wife and everything. I'm just going to go play Dark Souls. Don't mind me. It doesn't work like that, No one said, let's get jiggy. And if they did, they were laughed at. Yeah, Sean McCarthy, that's what happens, man. And as an adult with, I know it's a popular thing to not think that this is a job, but what I do is very time consuming. And when I'm not doing this, obviously I'm focusing on my family and my children, and like even there's times at night you're just done with everything. And plus I've been starting to go work out again. So that takes up time too. So you get home and it's like 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, oh yeah, as my eyes are burning because I'm so tired from doing shit for like 12 hours straight. Yeah, let me sit out, like let me play my Switch for 3 hours, and you can't, like, there's just not enough time, man. There's not enough time, and yeah, when I will always want to play games. I even I don't even use gameplay footage virtually at all anymore, but I still pick up games. Because I can't wait to get Wolfenstein, the new Colossus for the Switch, even though I kind of was disappointed by it, but I'm curious to see how it plays. I may even buy Hyrule Warriors tonight. When the hell I'll get to play it is a mystery. Yes, I'm going to get... Do they have that on the Switch, though? Euromash. Are they going to have it on the Switch at the same time? I want to get it on the Switch. And it's funny that I always get... I think I'm going to make a video on this where people say, oh, Rich, I never see you play games and you're not really a gamer. You just do this for money. Like, first off, you cannot get a YouTube channel going if you're just doing it for the money. You'll get frustrated, you'll get bored, and you'll quit. Obviously, I love what I was doing and still love what I'm doing because I've done it for years. And I did it for years without making a penny off of it. But yeah, hell yeah, I'm a gamer. But I'm a gamer that also puts my responsibilities first and my family first. And if it means I have to go for weeks upon weeks without even picking up a controller because I need to work a job to feed my family and then I need to take care of my family when I'm not working, then yes, I will do that first before I game. For fuck's sake, Rich, I live in a rural area, want a good high-speed internet mobile data can't supply. Do you know any way of getting good high-speed mobile internet data speeds in a rural area like mine? You just have to find the right provider to do it, man. There's nothing I could give you any hints or anything to like improve your data speeds. You just have to find out what providers offer the best data, buy you the best coverage, and go with them. Because eventually I'm going to sit down and want to play them, Mark Callister, even if I don't have the time. Eventually one day I'm hoping that I will, and that does happen. Like I'll have a game for a couple months and I'll finally rip the cellophane off of it and play it. Thank you, Soldier Rodden. Yeah, I'm still going, man, and things are starting to go really good again. I'm happy about that. No, man. Yeah, how dare I take care of my family first instead of playing video games? And look, man, I fucking love video games. I love the shit out of video games. Video games are the goddamn shit. Okay? But responsibilities come first and family comes first, man. It's always, that's just, and, that's how it goes. Yes, it is worth starting. You have to start YouTube for fun. If you start YouTube thinking that you're going to be the next PewDiePie, then don't even start. But if you're starting YouTube to have fun, then just have fun. I like linear games more too, Ricky Spanish. I do. I like linear games more than open world games. Why did being a gym manager give me so much anxiety? It wasn't being a gym manager that gave me anxiety. It was the hours. Working third shift does not work well with me. I get high anxiety. I don't sleep well. There's some people that, like, I have a second cousin, who has worked for Metro North for 30 years, and he has maybe even longer than that. And he has worked third shift, and he will work no other shift. Then I have another family member who her doctor actually, because she started developing an arrhythmia. And the doctor, they did all these tests, and the doctor said it was due to the fact that she was working a night shift. Her body did not work with her, and she needed to work normal hours again and sleep at night, and that got rid of her arrhythmia. Shit you not. Yes, Carlos, I'm going to. I'm hoping it comes out in the Switch. Well, a YouTuber, man, I can't remember his name right now. I love the guy. He has about 58,000 subscribers. John Hancock just made a really interesting video. I'm probably going to make a response to, talking about, are there too many YouTubers? And I'm going to have, I agree with a lot of what he said. Do you think we live in the Matrix? If yes, you are Neo. Well, yes, you don't want to see me in a trench coat, man. I would frighten you. All right, I'm going to get it on the Switch, Carlos. That's definitely a Switch game. See, that's why I love the Switch, man, because when games come out for multiple, like, why not get a game like Bloodstain for the Switch instead of other platforms? You could play it at home, and it's obviously like an 8-bit throwback game, so it's not like it's not like you're going to get like HDR and 4K visuals on your Xbox One X or your PC, and then you could take it on the go. That is what makes the Switch awesome, man. That is what makes the Switch awesome. Mr. Bigglesworth, I am not ignoring you, at least on purpose. It's not that I just didn't see the comment. My apologies if you think I am. I did not. You totally want to see me in a trench coat? No, you don't. Thinking of the Matrix makes me want to play Fear, though. I got it on my other computer. I have the patch that fixed the... because Fear on modern computers has some issue where the frame rate doesn't matter. You could have like 13 Titan XPs in SLI, but the frame rate just drops. But I have the patch that fixes that. I got to make sure I get that because I don't want to lose it, because it was tough to find that patch, man. Thank you, Mr. Bigglesworth. No, Jamie, I don't think they're going to release a newer model for like another year that's either smaller or whatever the case may be. If you want to pick up a Switch, pick it up, man. There's plenty of stuff to play on it. Chris Chan is now prostituting himself? Stop it. You want to hug me and call me dad. Not right now, because I am sweaty from the gym and probably smell like death. Rich, do you think starting a YouTube channel can improve social confidence? No. If you have insecurities or some kind of issues with depression or anxiety, if anything, it can escalate them, because you're going to deal with shitheads on the internet. Rich, you're looking extra cute today, not going to lie. Must be the sweat and the double chin. Thank you. Ruben Garcia, thank you for donating. Hey, Rich, sorry about what happened to your home. No, I got lucky at my home, man. It's like I said, it just my hometown got ripped up by a tornado, but my house in and of itself is fine. Family's fine. Office is fine. Anyway, you are one of the few YouTubers I respect on this website. Thanks for making your videos. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. And yes, we got very lucky with the tornado that we didn't get anything damaged. So I've played Citigro. I played a while back, GoldenEye Source, and yeah, it is pretty good. A couple years ago I played it. But Ruben, thank you again for donating. I do appreciate that. I think that we'll just keep on seeing improved Switches, Don Kong, where, there's no reason to do anything else besides the Switch now. Just keep on making more powerful ones and refining them and innovating with them, and just that's which Heisen Saul, have a good night, my man. I'm going to Denny's. That's when I was in college and was drunk off my ass or smoked a lot of weed. We would always go to Denny's. It's a good place to go. And then you'd be hungover, and then you would feel like shit from the food because you had crappy food and then you drank too much. No, I will not privatize this stream. That's why there's a second channel. I don't have any E3 plans. My E3 plans are going to be here, and I'm going to watch the shows, and I'll probably live stream the shows on my main channel. That's something a little bit different. I'll do that. I wish they would. I talked to Ian from the Completely Unnecessary podcast and Pat the NES Punk. My dream is for someone like Nintendo or maybe even Sony to buy the Castlevania IP, because you know that it's never going to come back the way we want it to, and to have like From Software develop a Castlevania reboot. It would be a fucking masterpiece. Done. Drop mic. No, I won't drop this mic. It's expensive, but metaphorically drop the mic. I'm only streaming for a couple more minutes. You know why I can only stream for a couple more minutes? Because I'm streaming at home and I know my wife is exhausted and she wants to come down. Yes, I do see myself gaming into an old age. Like I said, even if I only game for 1 hour a week for the rest of my life, I will still want to have a console or a gaming PC. No, I never gave Big Cheese his money. Yes, Castlevania 3D. I don't know about open world, but something like I said, I'd love to see from Software develop it. Not make it Dark Souls, but I always looked at Dark Souls though as like a spiritual successor to some of the concepts that could have been Castlevania. Like if you look at as much as Castlevania 64, I've talked about this before and I won't say the whole thing again. As much as Castlevania 64 was flawed, there was a lot of things there that I liked, and I saw a lot of things that were done right. But then Konami gave up on it and it pissed me off. Have a good night, darn Daniel. Darn Daniel, I see what you did there. Do you think Kyle will come to the Switch? Probably. May not be. I don't know. Maybe it won't be Black Ops 4, but eventually they'll bring it over. Beta Rage, I used to feel that way about Nintendo, but they earned back a lot of my trust with the Switch. I think you should give the Switch a shot. Try someone who has it, and that may change your mind. Thank you, QJ. Man, I'm doing good, man. Like I said, nothing happened to my family during in the tornado. No one was hurt. House is fine. Office is fine. Probably gonna announce Discord server on Monday-ish. If they put Sphere on the Switch, I would probably crap my pants. And yes, someone mentioned that Simon Belmont may be coming to Smash. That would be interesting. Vampire Killer. No, I have. Is that Was that the one that came out for that Microsoft system that was only really in Europe and Japan? I forgot the name. The MSX. What's up, Sean? Yes, Fear on the Switch. And they can remaster the shit out of it too, because you're going back now. The original Fear came out in 2005. It's now 13-year-old game, maybe even a little older. God, making it run at 1080p 60 on the Switch and 720p 60 in portable mode. Oh man, it just improve the textures a little bit, add some lighting effects. Don't even Fear 2 I like a lot. Fear 2 is almost as good as Fear 1, minus some of the corny ass dialogue, but there was corny ass dialogue in the original Fear 2. Fear as well. But if they just brought the original Fear did a little bit of tweaking to it, and then just made it run at 1080p 60 and just like, you know, improve the textures a little bit and the lighting. Done, man. The Fire Sword God, thank you for donating. What do you think of a permanent green card? My mom had one, so she may live in the USA and gave Australian citizenship, so I could be an Australian US dual citizen. That's fine. I have no issue with that, man. That'd be great. Yeah, those headlights. This webcam's looking really good here, actually, man. I should have probably put the stream next time when I stream from home. I'll put the stream chat on here on my secondary screen, so I'm looking more at the webcam though. I'm kind of looking at the stream right now, and I look kind of silly. Even though I do see that I did lose some weight because my double chin isn't looking as doubly, so that's a good one. My fupa. Yes, taking a dump while playing Fear would be one of the greatest joys in life. Anthony GHB, man, you've been watching me for a long time then. That's amazing. What do you think about CPUs? They have barely improved at all. Well, that's not true. Now, especially with Ryzen coming out from AMD, that's definitely put some fire up Intel's asses. And we're seeing, like right now, I'm actually streaming on an Aero 15 gigabyte laptop. And this thing I've actually been editing videos on. Because what I've been doing is filming at the office and coming home and working so I can help my fiance with the babies. And this 6-core 12-thread CPU from Intel, I'm getting like 1,100 scores in Cinebench with no kind of, you know, overclocks. And that's a huge jump. Like I had a laptop that I let my fiance use now. She loves it. And it's for her, it's more than enough power. But that one had a 7700 HQ in there. And that got less than half the score, or about half the score, I should say. Let's just, you know, I don't want to exaggerate, in Cinebench than this processor does. And the thing is, before people say, "Oh, who cares about Cinebench? It's synthetic," you're right. Synthetic scores don't mean shit in real world performance, but I see the performance when I render videos and edit videos in Sony Vegas. That's where you see it. That's real world performance. I want to see Konami. I don't want to see Konami compete with. I want to see Konami evolve Castlevania and not like, you know, they almost had something going with Lords of Shadow, and then they screwed it up with Lords of Shadow 2, or the company they had developing Lords of Shadow 2 screwed it up. Because the original Lords of Shadow was teetering on being a masterpiece. I love the first one. The second one I hated. I hated this Lords of Shadow 2 with a passion. What's up, Lance? How you doing, man? But yeah, they're done with. Konami's done with Castlevania. They don't give a shit. I'm doing more cardio now, and then I'm going to start lifting. I'll probably start lifting around mid-June. Yes, I still edit in Sony Vegas. Yep, I still edit in Sony Vegas. Does me grow. Does well for me. Even though it's pissing me off, for some reason on this laptop, I have to keep, anytime I edit, like if I want a game, I got to install the newest drivers, and if I want to edit, I have to install older drivers, because when I have the newest drivers, and I try to use Sony Vegas, it doesn't recognize the graphics card in this laptop. My zombie. No, I've been answering a ton of questions from people who have not paid. Ton of questions. What's up, man? Yes, the original Lords of Shadow had an amazing soundtrack. That was an excellent game. It was a phenomenal. I'm like, man, you know, it didn't feel as Castlevania as I wanted to. It did to a degree, but not as much as I wanted it to. But it was a masterpiece of a game. Like, wow, Konami is actually bringing Castlevania back in a big way, and this is great. Can't wait to try Lords of Shadow 2. Then I tried Lords of Shadow 2, and I fucking hated it. I still hate it. Can't stand that game with a passion. Yeah, the good John. Like yeah, perfect. I've been answering a ton of non-super chat questions here. I do not have ADHD. I don't think anyway. It's so funny. There's already rumors that the next Call of Duty is going to be Modern Warfare 4. Yeah, yes, that is true, QJ Squall. In the beginning, when you, because I was like, let me buy, because I tried the demo of the game, I'm like, wow. Then I bought the game, like, maybe I'll give it a chance, because a lot of people were like, because I remember making a video saying it looked like shit, and people are like, Rich, you don't give it a chance. So I was like, fine, I'll give Lords of Shadow 2 a chance. Um, all right, man. All right, you got me. I farted. But hey, I had the courtesy to mute it. Man, you guys don't miss a trick. Actually, it was loud, but it didn't smell at all. If you could describe your YouTube career in 3 words, what would it be? Well, very simple. Really fucking weird. I love my job with a passion. Um, but yes, it's been a hell of a trip, man. Man, you guys don't miss a trick. Muted it and everything, tried to keep the face the same. You still caught that I let out some ass. I this just the pacing of the game, the stealth missions. It just didn't. It was not only did it not feel like Castlevania, but it was still a good game. Like, look, it's not Castlevania, even though it has a Castlevania name in it. But it's a good game. No, it just was a bad game with bad pacing, bad gameplay mechanics. It just wasn't good. It started off good. You want to smell my fart? That's wonderful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, me. It's 11 o'clock. I know my fiance wants to come down. Um, Me and my farting ass are going to be going to bed because I do have to get up relatively early. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, going to try to stream again tomorrow, but I'm definitely going to have videos up. Thank you for everyone who came through, whether you're in the regular chat or super chat. It's good to see a good amount of people here, even on a secondary channel. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to go get some sleep. Or actually, no, that's a lie. I'm going to go bring my kids down and get some sleep. Have a good one, guys. Yes, 1,200 calories, even for would be for like someone who's like 110 pounds. Way too little. I would get sick eating that little. Have a good one, guys.